Take it away.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Talk It Up with Cindy and Jerry.
Welcome to 2024. We're excited.
Yeah.
We're excited. We've got things planned and things are in motion. We are still decorated for Christmas because of
nothing comes down till
after Three Kings.
Day after Three Kings, I start taking everything down.
Right. So of course, because I had a real tree, we took the tree away, and I don't think my mom really celebrated Three Kings. Again.
No, I'm very traditional.
I mean, we knew about it.
Yeah, no, my mom always insisted the tree didn't come down.
But you had a fake tree.
Yes, we had a fake tree. So we're in the new year, and we're talking about topics. I know earlier videos we were kind of giving you guys backstories of our kids, having our kids, and
a little bit of it, yeah, sure.
And where we're from, and who we are. So in the new year right now, I figured we'd talk about what everyone always asks us: how do we?
We're going on 35 years.
35 years. How do we stay together?
Yes.
How do we tolerate each other?
Yes.
How does our
It always looks
work?
bliss. I think everybody just thinks everything looks. Not that it's not. There are blissful times.
Yeah.
But
how it works.
How we get it
How
done.
we
So
work.
I think we kind of word out. And I think if you go online and you look these up, they're probably some of the same ones that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I mean everybody's different. Everybody's relationship works different.
Right, but I think overall they have to be. I think for the relationship to work, some of those types have to be there.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of them is communication.
Definitely, communication is key.
I mean, that's why we call this channel Talk It Up, because
We talk a lot to each other.
we talk a lot to each other.
Like I said, we like each other's company.
And, don't get me wrong, sometimes it can be really bad, the argument. I'm going to use, we don't get disrespectful.
We
we've
do
heard-
not get disrespectful because
Right.
sometimes he'll walk away or he'll give me space.
Yeah.
Because me being a Latina, sometimes we open our mouths before we think what we're saying. Not to say that, other
No, but
ethnicities don't, but...
I think everybody does, but I think even if you spoke it without thinking,
sometimes it can be really hurtful. So I try.
yeah, I don't think we've ever gotten that deep. I
No.
mean, I've never said the B word or C word. Like,
No.
we recently heard, like, certain
some
couples.
yeah,
I'm like, no, we don't. Yeah,
no. I mean,
like,
our arguments can get nasty.
Sure.
But not ever anything that we can't take back.
and communication of an argument is always, I mean, not to say I won't put a face outside, but either way.
We try not to argue outside.
Yeah,
the house.
we don't have that
If
discussion.
we have an issue, we wait to get home
Yeah.
to talk it out, yell it out, or whatever it is.
So communication is key.
Yeah.
I mean, we always talking. We may not agree, but
No,
we're definitely
we don't always agree.
we're definitely talking, which I think is probably a huge.
That's
one.
number one. That should be number one in a.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the
yeah,
list.
Communication is always key, especially
Yeah.
Then dating, of course.
So we go out together a lot.
Go on dates
Yeah, literally dates. We'll definitely go into the city
for a drive.
for a drive. We'll go to a bar, a comedy club, dinner at a comedy club.
Experiences we like to go to.
Yeah,
shows,
if
things
it's
like that.
upstate to a winery or out to PA
Or to a brewery.
or to a brewery, we are, we date a lot. I think that's important.
Yes.
Making that space,
Yes.
making
And
that
it doesn't have
time.
to be anything expensive or fancy.
Oh.
Just the simplest thing. Even going to the movies.
Well, it's like that. What's that movie? Couples Retreat.
Mhm.
I think the phrase was, I want to go to. Is it Applebee's?
I want to go to Applebee's
Or
with
is
you.
it Chili's? There's one of those
Yeah.
restaurants.
Mhm.
I want to go to Applebee's with you and stuff like that, And yeah, sometimes it's Applebee's. Sometimes we'll just hit Applebee's or.
We'll just go have an appetizer at a restaurant and a cocktail.
Yeah, so it doesn't have, like she says, it doesn't have to be over the top.
Yeah. And then number 3 is
Space.
We give each other space.
We give each other space.
Sometimes I go out and do my own thing.
Yeah, she'll go out with my cousin's friend or her friend, and they'll do their thing. They'll do errands or whatever it is they do.
Go
They
shopping.
go shopping, go out to eat. The same for me.
You've done camping trips with the guys.
I did a camping trip just this weekend. My friend of mine came from Virginia, and we met at the Cigar Lounge Thursday. So Yeah,
We do things separate.
we do things separately. There is that point
Then
where
we come back and tell each other about our day, whatever it is we went
well,
to
even in the house, we have our own. Like you'll be watching a movie, I may be upstairs watching my own movie, or
I mean,
playing
sometimes we watch
Warcraft.
movies together, but we give each other time
Yeah,
apart.
you have to have that space.
Yep.
But for the most part, we work well together, like COVID.
Yeah, we do.
So
And then another one is being each other's biggest cheerleader. I am his biggest support. He is my biggest support.
Yeah.
Whatever I want to try, if I'm trying to do something in the house, painting or something, or a weird project or whatever, even though he thinks I might be a little crazy, he will still support it.
So one of the things you got to understand is my wife is go, 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 go. And, I got her this, wow, it's got to be 2 years ago, right?
I think maybe 3 years now.
Yeah. Zales had this whole Wonder Woman collection. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if they still have it. I think the Wonder Woman
They
collection.
don't have it anymore.
Yeah. And, she's just that person. She's just outgoing, whatever you need, on the move, never out of energy. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, you need to slow down. This is Go-Go Cindy and stuff. And,
But you support me.
But I do.
Yeah.
All the projects, most of the projects, I'm going to say 80 to 90% of these projects in this house, you've tackled. She is the person to, look at something and go, yeah, we're going to change this up.
Yeah.
Like this wall, It actually, this one was really a
This was actually your idea, but I can pull it off.
Yeah.
I can pull it off.
Yeah, I think the only part we're going to need is help with
the boxing and the
boxing of the pipe.
The drain pipe. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
So yeah, that's one of our things. We cheer each other on.
Yeah.
If he's having a bad day at work and he calls me,
there are
I'm
days
his
where
biggest
I
cheerleader.
hate technology. And I go to people, ask me if I like technology. Hell no, I don't like technology. Because
but
it's
you're
just...
good at it.
I consider myself good at it. I'm not amazing or fantastic. There's always...
You're very good at
But
it.
I'm good. I guess I'm good at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at it. But when you read these other people, I just don't. To me, it's a huge balance of learning technology, family, and everything else. It's a balancing act. I mean, everything is a balancing act.
But you're good. So when he has a bad day, he'll call me and he's like, it's a hot mess here, or this is going on. And I'm like, you got this. At the end of the day, you're gonna figure out whatever problem it is, or whatever hack, or whatever, and you got this down pat. You know what you're doing, right? And it works.
And it works both ways.
Yes.
I mean, when you're working on a
Stuck on
project,
something or
or you're frustrated, and I'm like, just take a
The
break.
pool's pissing me off.
Yep, the pool.
The chemicals are not balancing. He'll be like,
Right.
don't worry about it. By tomorrow, you'll have it the way you want it.
Yeah.
So, we're each other's biggest cheerleader. I think couples need that. You need to tell your partner, hey, you got this. You're doing fantastic. It's support. You want them to know that you're behind them and, you're there to tell them.
And you gotta be able to.
it.
You gotta be able to. I think that comes over years. You could read that person's face.
Yes.
You come in the room and something's up. Everything good? I'm like, yep, I'm fine. Then later on, all right.
Something's bothering.
So, that helps that after that growing time, you learn that person's. It's not about finishing each other's sentences, but their emotions, their expressions. And sometimes, if I'm not going to say it, she'll wait till later on, because maybe I'll definitely come around. And then I'll be like, yeah, this happened today, or, it was like a situation on the train. When you commute, going into New York, it's just
A little crazy.
It's crazy. It's part of New York,
So yeah, he'll have his crazy day at work, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. It's my quiet season now because it's winter time. Unless we get hit with a storm, then I gotta clean up snow in the front of the house. This is my time where I'm just in the house, making sure everything is done. Right now I'm still have all my decorations up until next week.
Yep.
I'll be tackling everything, putting it all away, putting the house into winter mode, where we're just relaxing for the next.
I'm just
3
really,
months.
not to sidetrack, I'm really hoping that this winter is like last winter. It just kind of really stays in this 30s, 40s, maybe even 20s, but no
a little
snow.
bit of snow.
A little
I
bit of
don't
snow.
mind an inch or two of snow. It's when we get into those, we're gonna get a foot of snow.
Yeah, that's...
And then I gotta be like,
Yeah.
because he's at the office,
Yeah.
and I am that wife. He's at the office. He's doing his thing. He's got his job. So I know he's gonna come home tired. So I'd rather take the big snowblower and.
Okay, and
get
we have an
everything
older
clean.
son. If he's there, he's...
I know, but
Yes.
he works and he goes to school.
This is where she
so
go, you know what I'm saying?
So when he gets home, he doesn't have to worry about taking off his work bag,
clothes,
changing his
clothes.
his work. Sorry,
School.
that's scary. His work clothes, because he goes to work and sometimes he wears slacks and button-down shirts.
Right.
So I'm home. So I figured, hey, I'm home. I'm not afraid of a big machine. I'll tidy the front yard.
I know.
I'll get the snow all out. I'll clear out whatever cars are home.
Actually, we do need to buy another. You said another shovel.
Yes, that shovel. When it's too heavy.
Yeah, so we gotta switch that.
Up, so
let's make
maybe
sure
tomorrow I'll pick one up.
Yeah, pick one up. But anyway.
So yeah.
Sorry. But when you're talking about it, you realize, that's what happens. You're like, we gotta do this. We gotta get that, or,
So back to the, the 5 things that the last one.
Go ahead.
Is don't try to stay angry at each other for more than a day, which we hardly ever do.
No.
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 And he could be mad at me. I could really get him angry. But he can't stay mad at me for more than a day. It's very, very rare if he stays mad at me for more than a day. I don't think it's good when things fester.
No. I mean, and then you got to talk about it. So that space in the argument, and sometimes you have to give that space, allows you to come back an hour or 2 hours later on and just make
talk it out at a less heated moment.
Yeah. I mean, and not to say that, do we have yelling? Maybe it happens once in a while.
Once in a while we have yelling, but we're not that family that the kids, duck and cover.
Yeah.
No.
Even
here maybe a slammed door here or there.
I don't even think we slam the doors.
It's very rare.
That's gotta be real rare. Yeah. It's more like a yell. Or
yeah,
they may close the door, to keep the yelling out there.
Yeah, we're not those.
But it's rare. Even that's rare. But again, it's rare that we're yelling, but we'll have arguments.
We do have arguments.
Yeah, it's and I think that is, the talking, the communication, the space for doing things. Even when you go out, I'm not like there are guys that,
constantly calling. He doesn't call.
I don't call, and I'm not a stickler when if she's going out with her friends to go dancing or Atlantic City. I'm not like, hey, that's not the outfit you're bringing. I mean,
he actually pushes me to wear more scandalous outfits, which is very...
Well, no, with me, that's different.
Even when I go with the girls by myself, like, did you pack a bikini? Did you pack this? He actually tells me, hey, did you pack a dress? Because I want to make sure I'm not paying for your drinks. That's his joke.
So we have trust. We have huge trust. We don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, so... Which is great, after 30 plus years, we're comfortable with each other.
I mean, actually, her birthday's coming around, so sometimes she goes away with my cousin,
my best friend,
my best friend to Atlantic City. So,
and I tell him the stories. I always tell him what new come on lines I get at the clubs or the.
So she had this one time. She told me this has got to be like over 5 years ago.
Oh my God! I think it's more.
But because it's around the same.
It's over 8 years.
It's around the time of the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna give out specific dates or the birthday and stuff like that. But I guess that same group was there.
Yes.
And all day in heels, it just takes a toll. So you were staying at the hotel.
Yes.
That everybody was hanging out. They were at a different hotel. They paid for like a cheaper hotel.
Yes, exactly.
And so I gave it to the guy because she said, well, I'll be back. I'm going upstairs to switch out my shoes. Now, for another guy sitting there, that could be an intro to say, hey. Maybe.
Mind you, I already told the guy I was married.
Right.
We're all hanging out in a group.
But the guy thought maybe that's an intro, like, hey, you want me to go upstairs and escort you? She's like, no, I got it. And then the guy asked again, you sure? I'm like, listen, I can understand it because it's a 50-50 or a 60, however you want to call it, that maybe I could walk this person upstairs and, we'll see what happens. And that's going to happen and stuff. But she tells me these stories and stuff like that. So I laugh about it and stuff. But, the trust is, I think even one time, I had flowers sent to that hotel.
Yes.
Right? No, was it flowers or
chocolate? Chocolates and flowers.
Right. Right. And they were upstairs in the room already,
waiting
right?
for me, yes.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah, see? So I do stuff like that, Hey, such person that stay in this room. I need the flowers going there. And then I guess it works out. They go to the hotel. And,
it was awesome. It was really, really nice to show up. And I had chocolates.
Actually, we had a slight argument. And then Jackie was like...
Be nice because he sent you flowers and chocolate.
You just had an argument from 20-30 minutes ago.
Be nice.
Actually, was it the time we were fixing? That's what it was.
Oh, when we were doing the renovation upstairs.
Right.
Yes.
We were doing renovations, and I understand it's somewhere around the Super Bowl time. So she went, and I just thought there's a lot of things going on, and yeah, I can answer, but I'd rather answer this together. And certain things weren't clear, like, hey, we're gonna have a doorway here. Oh, your wife didn't tell me that. No, I mean, I would like to have a doorway here. I don't want to have a, I have a room there with my furnace. We have this heavy drape, but I would like a door. Oh, your wife didn't say that. Oh, okay, let's do that. And then, what about this pole? I'm like, what the heck? She didn't have this whole discussion? So
I was more focused on packing and going.
Yeah, so I called, I think, while she was driving, and, it got into a slight heated discussion. Then, of course, they got to the room, and they were like, oh, wow.
I felt really, really bad.
Got you flowers and chocolate.
Flowers and chocolates.
But, because I did say, you sure you want to go when we got this all going? She was like, yeah, you'll be here. I'm like, I understand.
You'll be here. It's my birthday. You're a guy. You can handle the decisions.
But nothing was discussed. That was the thing. Like, you had this whole... We talked about what was happening here.
The renovation worked out, right?
The renovations worked out. Okay, see? Look how fast I changed. The renovations worked out. So, there goes your key right there. Just say yes, dear. Yes, honey.
So, yeah, we do have our issues occasionally. We do have our arguments. But we've somehow managed to make it work.
Right. I think the key first thing is going to be
communication. It's always communication.
Talk it up.
If you don't talk...
You know what? And you don't want... And listen, you can say... The reason we say it up is because talking down is bad. No. And we've heard those people that they go, you've never used this word, you've never used... I'm like, why would I use those words? They're so derogatory words and stuff like that.
They're very degrading.
Yeah, I'm like, or if she called me something out and it was like a very derogatory... I'm like, I don't know, those are strange people. But I'm like, yeah, we don't do that. We have arguments, but not to that point.
Not to that point.
Or not to the point where you'll say a word and just really like regret it later on, and you're dead for like 3 days, So,
I don't think we get to those points.
No, we don't. I don't think I'm not to say we don't have. Again, not to say we don't have heated arguments.
We do. I can get very.
But it's not mean. Derogatory to that point.
No,
using those type of words.
We'll argue. I can get really mean, but I won't get disrespectful.
Right, I guess there you go. Thank you. We don't get disrespectful with the words. No. It's a bad argument.
Sometimes things you say.
Well, that's when
even if saying, I said it at the heated moment. Sometimes you don't want to say those things because even if you say you're sorry sometimes doesn't help.
No, and again, when we heard that conversation just only a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And it was two couples that we know that. I guess they get into these arguments and they'll use those words. Like, no. Not to say we don't get into arguments, but
we wouldn't call each other.
We don't call each other those type of names.
No, we don't tear each other.
I think there's that.
I don't tear you down. You don't tear me
down.
I
think there has to be a level of respect.
Yes.
Once you start using those words,
there's no respect.
Yeah, and then you use them again and again. I'm like,
no.
Even if you last 20, 30 years.
Those words still linger.
I wouldn't.
Makes it cloudy.
I just would think you guys don't have respect for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, either those people will split up, or they'll stay together. But
there's no respect.
Or they just won't have that level of bliss like we have, or a lot of couples do.
Yeah.
Their bliss is different than our bliss. It's never gonna be at that point because I think the words they choose to use are a little bit too. They're disrespectful.
Yes. Yeah, it's a tear down. Those are tear down words. You don't want to tear your partner down. You always
if I use those two words, the B or the C, I would not be sitting here.
No.
It would be like one of those memes, like you see Jerry, and then all of a sudden you see this
grave.
A grave, or what happened? I'm at the gates. I just said one word. What's going on? Hello? And then they go, yeah, we made a mistake. You're not supposed to be up here. You're actually down there because of those words. Wait, what? Hold it. So, no. And the space, even if it's as we're going into winter and,
like yesterday, he invaded my space. Like, I took possession of the couch yesterday. I got up for 10 minutes to cut vegetables for the beef stew. I came back, he was on my spot.
Oh, was I? Did I change it though?
Yeah. You're like, well, it was empty for 10 minutes, so I thought it was fair game.
Sorry. Yeah. But otherwise, we use the space. I mean, the good thing is it's not a big house, but it has its nooks and areas. You know, I could be in my office yesterday. I was actually on this level, the first floor, in the family area section, and
I was on the living room couch.
yeah, I was watching actually Lords of the Rings, which I sometimes I do during this time of year. I just kind of, because I own them, I'll just kind of watch them during the winter time and stuff like that. You know,
It's called vegging out.
vegging,
Chilling out.
cocooning, one of those phrases where you stay home and stuff like
We
that.
call it after holiday hibernation.
Yeah. This is where also we recoup cash.
Yes, because we don't go out to eat as much.
No.
We try not to order out as much.
Yeah.
So we'll do a lot of crock pot meals.
So for those who are in Florida, I don't know how you guys do it in warmer climates because when I visit Florida, I'm like, I
I
want
want to be out all the time.
Yeah, you're like, wow, this is amazing. Now you probably come back and hopefully you put in your comments, well, we do take our breaks because otherwise.
I mean, you could. You take your breaks by you barbecue in your backyard.
Sure.
You have family over.
I guess because I'm visiting, I'm like, wow, this is, but we've already been there 3 times. So I'm like, all right, we got to go here, we got to go there.
Right.
I feel like
It'll be different once we live down there.
probably, absolutely.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so those are the things that kind of really define us.
Define us.
Now,
Keep our
of course,
relationship fresh.
those are key points for
Us.
if you look them up. No, I mean those are key points
Those
for
are key
us.
points for us.
But I think when you look it up, I think communication is probably one of the top ones out
yeah.
there. Respect, cheerleading.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're out there is, I guess what I want to say is for us, we carry them at a high level.
Yes.
The communication is there.
Mm-hmm.
Other people would say, hey, I read this, but, they don't communicate, or they do communicate and they're very disrespectful.
Disrespectful to each other.
Or they don't have each other's space. You get to go out.
I do. Yeah.
And you can go out with,
my best
friend or the other
my
colleagues.
sisters or a cousin. Or, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, go out for the whole night and have a good time and stuff like that. Same said, I could do that. Go to a brewery during the afternoon and come back 3 or 4 hours later on and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, I think, again, they carry the weight that we actually do. The talking, the space, the cheerleading.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always tell everybody, I'm his biggest cheerleader. You got to be your partner's biggest cheerleader because if they fall, you fall.
That is true. That is actually that's very true.
It is very true.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean,
you're a unit together. When
Yes.
you get married and you have
Yeah.
children, you're a unit.
Yeah.
So if part of that unit isn't working,
So,
or it's dysfunctional, the
I
unit is messed
right.
up.
So for those that are looking at this, if you're starting out together, I mean, I'm pretty sure you Googled it, and these are some of them that we're talking about. But make sure that you're using them, carrying them through, talking and communicating and stuff like that. For those that are been in a relationship like ours for 30 years, and you're saying, well, I don't, the sizzle's going out, or the fire is not getting stoked. I mean, then you gotta
figure it
talk.
out.
You gotta talk.
Tell each other what's the problem.
There's a song that was in Guardians of the Galaxy, but I used to play it. It's the Pina Colada song.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
And I'll play this. When you come to my house to barbecues, I play music that goes from 90s, 80s, 70s, sometimes 60s, because you were probably listening to music coming right
radio coming, so you play different stuff.
I play that song. It's on one of my playlists, and I tell people, you know what that song is about? Most people go, no, I have no idea.
It's a married couple.
It's a married couple that just wasn't communicating.
Yeah, they weren't communicating.
So
the fizzle went out.
The fizzle went out. So he looked on the paper, and then she looked on the paper, and walks on the beach, and I walks on the beach, and doing this and doing that.
But
Let's
they
meet
never
up.
Communicated to each
Right,
other.
and they met up, and it was each other. And again, it's communication. So every time that song comes on, I just tell people, do you ever pay attention to the words, because it really defines what is needed for a relationship. It's the communication, and that could be, hey, my favorite meal is meatloaf, or
Which I do.
No, I'm saying
like,
those are.
Sometimes I call you at work, and you'll be like, I don't know what I want for dinner. I'm like, tell me one of your favorite meals. I will make it for you.
No, but I'm saying it could be as simple as hey, I want meatloaf, or it could be as simple as hey, you're out, pick me up a Starbucks. I mean, because if I show up with Starbucks and I don't call her, it's
wrong.
Yeah, it'd be wrong. I mean, it'd probably be like, again, what happened?
He'll be wearing the Starbucks.
I was drinking Starbucks, and here I am again upstairs, and then they gotta bring me back. So.
So yeah, those are our tricks and trades, and our motto to keep us happy.
Yeah. And hopefully, given this insight from this video, again, you're going to read it, you'll probably Google it, and it is true. But
communication is key.
It's you doing it. It's
communication.
Just because you read it doesn't
support.
mean you've got to do it. It's got to be built. It's got to be ingrained in the whole marriage ecosystem that you're communicating,
So
you're giving each other space.
Communication.
Sure.
It's
space.
Space. It's support.
Yep.
Support is being the cheerleader also.
Yep.
And not being angry at each other.
Not carrying the anger.
Not carrying the anger over to the next
No.
day.
Yeah, it's no reason for it. Yeah.
So, if you have to find something to do to ease the anger, go outside and hit something.
Or you take a drive, or whatever it
Drive or
is.
something.
You've got to diffuse it somehow, and then come back, and hopefully you guys can talk and find that middle ground and stuff. And that's what it is, finding the middle ground.
So
it's a compromise. It's a give and take.
It's a give and take. So let us know, how you guys communicate if you're in a
long-term relationship, and
yes.
You've got to seek these things out again and try to rekindle the fire.
Rekindle the fire.
Dating. Remember, dating was one of them. Dating.
Going on dates.
Go on dates.
It doesn't have to be expensive. Just
could be Chili's.
It could be Chili's. It could be just go for a walk together. We've done that. We've
gone for the walk.
We've driven into New York.
Oh, we take the drive.
And we go and walk along the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in the cold weather, we've gone out. It's actually really nice sometimes and quiet in the city.
Yeah.
We go for a walk.
Yeah.
So we just do those simple things. Let us know what you guys do.
Right. Definitely let us
keep the spark.
Yep.
Keep that bond going where you guys are still going strong. If you're a new couple, starting off, these should be things that you guys really, if it's up to you, but it's a good thing to start being more open with your partner.
Right.
And being their cheerleader. Like I said, if your partner fails, you fail.
I think, for us, when we got together we had our first daughter, Angelica, and stuff like that. We were young. So it took time to build this whole, where some people will be together for 2-3 years, they get married. But even those people that go together for 2 or 3 years.
It took us 10 years, like I said in the beginning of our videos. 10 years. I mean, it's not on you. I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I stalled a little bit before we got married. But I think it made us better. We didn't rush.
No, we didn't. No, I had to convince,
but,
our senior partner.
It's what makes us us. Yeah. It works for us.
It did. It does, and it still does.
Just, let us know how you guys handle your relationship. Yeah. If you're your partner's biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. Definitely leave us in the comments. And, how this video helped you, put some insight on that.
Yeah.
Definitely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Hit us back.
And, like I said, there'll be a point where I may post, what kind of topics we'll be talking about for the next month or so.
Okay, that sounds cool with me.
Yeah.
So.
Just where you guys know what's coming out. All right, guys.
So.
From,
Jerry and Cindy.
Yeah. Hopefully 2024 is going to be a great year. I think we have a lot of things in plans, from house, vacations, and
communicating with you guys, which I'm getting more used to. I'm kind of reminding him all the time. Hey, we got to do an episode. We got to do a little bit of recording.
Right. And we're gonna have shorts. We're gonna definitely do our shorts.
I got my little pole. What do you call that thing?
It's a gyro
stabilizer.
I don't know.
I'm learning it. I'm playing with it. I was playing with it on New Year's and. So I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, hopefully,
I'm not techie. He's the techie person.
Yeah, hopefully in the next week or so, we'll start pushing out some shorts, some comical shorts. So.
Not really. I mean, comical. Yeah, they can be comical. Whatever we're doing during the day, we'll see how it goes.
Or take you, to where we go to eat, or where we go to a winery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'll list them out.
Yeah, we could do that.
If you guys are in our area and stuff like that, But all right, take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.